So how far have we strayed from what you want to know, David?
Well, I
now?
don't know, just keep talking. Just
Oh,
about your memories. How about with your brothers and sisters? Was there ever a time that all of you were home? Or
Don't think so.
no,
Gert was the oldest, wasn't she? Oh no, Carlton was
He's
the
the
oldest.
oldest.
So had he already married and moved out before you were born?
he got married very young.
He had lied about his age and joined the Marines
Yeah.
when he was 17. At least that's his age when I was born. And
Well, it was before you were born
Yeah.
that he went into the Marines.
yes, so perhaps he
He was
lied
only about 15.
15
Could
when
have
he
only
did.
been about 15 because Mom was sick in bed. The front bedroom at 22 South. I was big enough to remember this. Because she cried, and Carlton was raving, and Pa was raving, and oh my God, he said, well, I'll just run away and forge your names if you don't do it for me. So they signed the papers to say he was born earlier than he was, so he could go in the Marines, and he went to Paris Island. That's where he training in Paris Island. I can remember because it upset Mom, so she was just getting, because she was still sick with influenza. She was in bed with the flu, the First World War.
Then she said she had a nervous breakdown before I was born.
Yeah. Well, she had that first. She had the flu so bad. The nervous breakdown was like Carlton didn't help. That most like he brought it on. She was already so weak from the other disease. Yeah. I guess Gert was pretty much took care of the house at the time then, you know. But I can't remember Gert being in the kitchen and being efficient as a...
She was 15 when I was born. And I know she didn't want to go to school that day, but Mom pretended like nothing was going to happen. She wasn't even supposed to know there was a baby expected.
No.
And
15 and not supposed to know that her mother was about to give birth. How about
secrets in those days.
Yeah.
And I think she skipped school and came back home.
Yeah. Now, who was the doctor then? Dr. Emery?
I have no idea.
I think it must have been Dr. Emery. You remember Emery?
Remember Dr.
Speaking
Emery,
of Dr.
sure.
Emery? Yeah. I'm pretty sure he was our doctor then.
It might have been Baker by the time you were born, though.
Maybe it was Dr. Baker.
Okay, with Dr. Tupper was the old doctor.
I went to Dr. Cleves.
Dr. Cleves was my doctor.
And we had Dr. Cleves after that.
I think it was Dr. Emery.
So I don't remember much about Gert at all until she was already married. And I guess she married.
07?
Are we going to eat again? We want to
You're the cook tonight.
just stay.
Oh, of course you're going to stay.
we
Yes.
may.
Why don't I go and
If you're
do
going to
some
make
duties?
that good stuff,
Yeah,
yeah.
otherwise you won't eat.
That's right.
And you're the only one knows how to do that, so I can't help you. Sorry about that.
I've never made stuffed peppers in my life.
I haven't either.
Mainly because I don't like peppers. I hope you like them.
Oh yeah,
Sweet peppers, 'cause
I can't remember when I first had them, but you were talking about probably with Hamburg in the middle or something.
Yeah, but he has a different. He makes them with deviled ham.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, deviled ham and
Perfectly willing.
cracker crumbs and stuff. He says, you know. I
Yeah.
never made them, so
Sounds
he's got to
fun.
do it.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if the camera picks him up. He's getting ready.
You can say that again. Dyke makes just stirring milk in a cup of coffee. He goes clink clank, clank clank clank. You can hear it a mile away. So when he starts cooking, sounds like he's breaking up housekeeping. And he takes the clean dishes out of the dishwasher. Oh my God, you can hear it miles around.
Okay, now this is about Gert. What?
Yeah, Gert. Born July 27th, 1904, and died July 10th, 1981. She didn't make her 77th birthday. And the 31st was Hammond Mill's anniversary. They married in 1929.
I remember the day they were married. It was
Yes.
a rainy Sunday, and they went over to Barton was the minister, I believe, the Congregational Church, and they went to the parsonage.
And didn't Beatrice Landrigan stand up
I
with it?
don't
Beatrice
know. We didn't go.
Beatrice Allen? Beatrice, that doesn't sound right.
Bernice.
Bernice. I'm pretty sure she stood up with him. But I don't know who maybe had maybe one of his brothers.
Probably.
I don't think any of us went. I can't. I wasn't too young. I was a senior. I had graduated the month before. It must be 29. That must be what it means. Huh? 1929.
Yeah, I have no recollection of how old I was or anything like that, but old enough to remember that.
Allen Downs, June 25th, 1943. Is that right?
That's right.
And Jacob Matthew, 1976. The same birthday.
Oh, yes.
The 25th of
That's
June.
Right.
Right.
I remember when
Who's Jacob Matthew?
Georgie's second child,
My grandson.
my grandson.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Okay. All right.
My grandson. Yeah.
But Beth has cesarean, so I remember Morena was still here,
Oh.
and
1943.
Bev and Chris, who was only a little tiny
right.
kid at the time.
Let me see. This was in. Yeah. I don't
She
know.
was born in '73, and that was Jacob was born in '76. Yes, it would have been '76.
Yeah.
Morena was here,
Mm-hmm.
and we brought her down to one of Needham High School teachers that she had
Oh.
lived in Gloucester in the summer with her parents.
Oh, really?
And she invited her down, so we
Oh,
took
yeah.
her. It was a street very close to the circle, the
Oh, yes, yeah.
roundabout.
Rotary. I know.
Rotary,
the
when you
Rotary,
come off
yes,
of
at
Route 128
yeah.
and out Washington Street, like
Mhm.
to the first right, as I recall. We went down there and left her there with the teacher.
Oh.
And Bev and I came, I think we went to the beach
With Chris.
with Chris,
She was only-
and
she was 3
I
years
remember coming
old.
downtown and
Mm-hmm.
having something to eat, and I think we went to visit Gert and she was making lemonade, and then we went up to see Georgie, and Beth wasn't there because she was in the hospital, and
Oh,
Jacob
yeah.
was going to be born the next day.
Oh, yes, because she could
25th
have.
of June,
How about that? Yeah.
76, 86, so
because
he's
I-
15 years old.
I even have Christina Joy Oakes' birth weight, 6.4.
For heaven's sake.
1973. You never know what you find this little book.
What is this?
Maybe I
just
should
a-
start with January.
She was a small baby.
Yeah, yeah.
She's made up for it.
Melissa Downs, the 19th of February, 1976, and she was 7.8. 7.5 pounds, in other words. I don't have my grandson's weight down, but I have. How about that? Mm-hmm. I got Gretchen in here, 1909, on Lincoln's birthday,
Oh,
on the 12th of February.
she called me recently.
Mm-hmm. And Nellie Robinson's was the 7th. And she died in December of 66. But I
Now,
don't
who's
have her
Nellie
birth-
Robinson?
Grant Cooper's daughter.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
And she was a good pal of Emma's
Yeah.
until he began to visit with our mother.
Mm-hmm.
And then she dropped Emma, didn't she?
Oh, yeah, but Emma helped her after that.
Yeah, but then they got back together.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Nellie
Yeah, she
got-
didn't like the, I guess she didn't like the idea of her father marrying again. I don't know.
Well, it didn't work out too well for her when her father, when he died, he left things to be divided evenly between us and his own children,
Yeah.
Nellie and
Mm-hmm.
her brother.
We got $600 each.
Yeah.
I wonder what the house sold for. I didn't want it.
It just came to me. It
very-
seems to me like somewhere around $4,000.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great
Yeah.
deal of money.
No.
And I know Alan was interested in the furniture at the time for his fraternity house.
Yeah,
But I think that we decided it wasn't worth.
we just went with the house,
Yeah,
right? Just
we
let
had
it
to
all
go
go
to the
with the
house
house.
because it wasn't worth.
The only thing I
buying and
remember
transporting.
taking, you know, was, well, when Mom died, and I think Bert must have asked us if there was anything we'd like.
Yeah.
I think that's when I took that pretty lamp that I liked so much. I had been instrumental in buying it for her, and so I was happy to get that back, you know. And when Emma died, Emilio asked if there was anything that I would like. I have the Bible that Emma had bought for Mom, the King James. I mean, the one that you can read without
Oh, yeah.
without the all of
These and
the old
Fancy
the
language.
these and thous and the the old language. Yeah. So what else do you want to know that I might have in the book?
Well, you could just keep reading through your book if you'd like.
Well, see if there's any see what
Talk
family
about
I can come up
everybody.
with. What family I can come up with, huh? Yeah, well, as Charlie Allen was born the 3rd of January, 1883, and he died the 25th of January, 1967. He was 84 years old. So he was, I guess he lived the longest of any of them.
Yeah.
Then. Why didn't I think of this before?
Then my Uncle Charlie would have been named after
I guess
your
he
Uncle
was.
Charlie.
I believe so.
Yeah.
He had his first name and Sam's middle name. See, so in a way he was named for both of his uncles. Yeah, our mother's brothers. Charles Harrison. Was the old Charlie Allen was Charles Everett. Yeah, Charles Everett. He's him, wow. 83.
Now, Bill Wallimer would be.
My husband's brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, was he the fisherman that we stayed? We stayed at one of your
Oh, he
husband's.
worked for the fish companies. Yes,
Yeah,
he
that
was
was
not a
Bill
fisherman.
Wallimer's
That was
place.
We
Bill.
stayed at his
Right.
little cottage in the
Right.
back.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you remember Bill?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I remember him bringing fish. I think he gave us some
Oh, yeah,
fish.
sure.
I remember him coming home
Right.
in the evening. Yeah.
He worked for the Empire Fish Company in Gloucester for a number of years, yeah.
And I remember you writing about Wally Wallimer.
Yeah.
Walimer.
Yeah. And Rebecca was born February 6, 1979. Now, you ask me how old she is, she was 12, right?
And that's your granddaughter.
Yes,
Yes.
that's Georgie's youngest.
Yeah.
And Tasha was born 2 weeks after Tammy, I think.
Yeah.
Her birthday's like September
Let's see.
16th.
Tammy is the 2nd, and Tasha's the 11th.
The 11th.
Mm-hmm. And Carlton's also was the 11th.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Charlie's was the 16th.
And Charlie's was the 16th, right.
September.
And in 1958, I had my hysterectomy on Charlie's birthday. Isn't that a nice little nice little piece of news? Yeah. Yep. Melissa Downs I have here. I have Jane Seelig, the 17th of February.
Really?
Yeah. Jane
Yeah.
Downs. Jane Downs Seelig. She was born in 1943. Jackie was, what, just a few months older than she. You see, Jackie was December 42 and Jane February 43. And they were very, very friendly.
Yeah.
They went to,
Yeah, that was a coincidence when
yeah.
Kenny's daughter, Jane,
Mm-hmm.
what?
To nursing school.
Yeah, the
Nursing,
nursing school
yeah.
with Jackie
Jackie.
Wallimer.
Mm-hmm.
The Addison Gilbert.
Yep.
Now both of them have gone on to become registered nurses.
Yes. Yes.
I
Jane
haven't
did
seen
it first.
Jane in ages.
Jane did it first, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
right
was
on
studying and
Mm.
barely getting under the wire before her daughter was born.
Oh, yeah. And
I don't know how
Kathleen,
old
now
the
let me
girl
see,
is.
I got Kathleen in there somewhere.
Oh,
When's Kathleen's birthday?
June or
June 12th, 1971.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Jane and Jackie graduated as LPNs in 1960. Yeah. And so then she went right on to become an RN. Jane did. Well, perhaps not immediately.
No, I guess
No.
she was working.
Let's see if I got her wedding in here because I don't know. I stood in for her mother, you know, for the wedding.
Yes.
I was.
Kenny and Edith didn't like her marrying Bill Seelig. So they kind of shunned her.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, and you know, and they expected the rest of the family to shun her. And I think mainly because he was going to be married in the Catholic Church in Rockport.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think Edith was very bigoted. And
Well, she first got sore at Jane because Jane was sick. Jane, was it while she was in training or just after? And she met Bill, and then they fell in love just the minute they saw one another.
yeah.
And Jane had a touch of the flu, or what do they call it today? Not the flu, a virus, whatever, grip. And Bill's mother took care of her, let her stay at her house and took care of her. And Edith immediately had, I mean, just took the wrong attitude towards that, as if she had no right being in this fellow's home. She did intend to marry him, but her mother didn't think too much of the idea anyway, and didn't think that it was proper for her to be there in this fellow's house, you know, sick. But that's the way it was, and they just wanted to be married, and they got married. And I don't believe I've written in here, I don't believe I have the date of their marriage, even though I was proxy mom.
Well, they didn't have a baby right away.
Oh,
She
no.
wasn't born until 71.
Oh, no.
And they graduated, you said in
60.
Then it was somewhere.
And they got married just a few months after that, I think. I think they got married in 60. Possibly it was 61 before they got married. I don't have that.
I haven't any recollection except that
I don't have
I
that in
felt. I remember going in on the wedding present with Stella and maybe someone else. I don't know.
I don't even remember what we got.
No, I electric frying pan.
Most
as far as
likely
I can
something
remember.
from, it was
And,
George Works, the electric company. That was
I mean, because I certainly wasn't going to shun her just because she.
No. I don't.
Just because Edith was.
Right. But I know I have the snapshot of she and Jackie, you know, when they got ready. She got ready at my house, got into her wedding clothes, and Jackie, I have snapshots of them out in the yard, I know, before we went to the church. Well, that's something
I
else.
can remember Jackie
Something else
putting
again.
on a show out there in Yvonne.
Oh, yeah, fun. Yes, the kids
I
do that.
remember her with a baton.
Well, Jackie was, of course, she was drum major.
Oh,
Drum majorette for the Rockport High School band, yeah. Well, there were two of them, she and Mary Jane Francis. They're both about the same height. Yeah, they look so cute. Those tall hats. Yeah. Just almost like a wooden soldier type hat, you know, they had, yeah.